And the paycheck is one of the most sinister plots ever pulled upon a human being.
One of the most sinister plots ever played upon the human populace was the paycheck. I bet you didn't know that Robert Kiyosaki owes the success of his book writing career to Amway.
April of 1997, I printed 1,000 copies of this book. After about 3 months, I still had 1,000 copies of this book, and nobody wanted the thing. I called my friend up in Austin, Texas, and I said, "Hey, Keith, you have this car washes. Would you mind putting some of my books in your car wash?" And he said, "We don't sell books in car washes." And I said, "Yeah, well, that's why I want to put them there, because it'll be the only book in the whole place." And he says, I'll take 12 books on consignment. If they don't sell, you get them back. I said, "Yeah, okay, no problem." And this is a true story. This is how Rich Dad Poor Dad got started. So I shipped him 12 books. And then he called me up and he said, "Hey, guess what? About 2 weeks later, all the books are gone." I get this phone call, and the guy from hello. I said, "Hello?" He says, "My name is Bill Galvin from Dallas, Texas." He says, "Good book you got there." I said, "Oh, you the guy that bought it?" He says, "Yeah, I got all 12 copies now." I said, "Really? Oh, I appreciate it. Why'd you buy 12 copies?" He says, "Well, how many copies you got left?" I said, 1,000 minus 12. And he says, "I'll take them." I said, "You'll take them, all 1,000? And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, but why do you want 1,000 copies?" He says, "Because I'm a diamond with the Amway organization." I went, "Oh, I got it, And ladies and gentlemen, that's how this book got started. So I'm here to say thank you all very much.
So if we take Robert Kiyosaki at his word, the book was struggling to sell until this Amway diamond, Bill Galvin, bought 12 copies from this car wash, at which point Robert Kiyosaki realized there was a market to sell his books to Amway people. One thing leads to another, and Robert Kiyosaki goes on Oprah.
What do the rich teach their children about money that the poor and middle class do not? Robert Kiyosaki teaches people to be millionaires. He teaches people to be millionaires. And he says that the rich have a very different way of thinking about money that anybody can learn. His book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has been on the New York Times business bestseller list for 8 months. And his unique advice may change the way you look at your money. This is a really important show. If you like money, if you need money, if you'd like to have some money, this is a show for you. Take a look.
Being on Oprah in the early 2000s, if there are any younger people watching this, Oprah was literally the biggest thing. Like, if you were on Oprah, you were set. And this launched Robert Kiyosaki's whole career.
And so a lot of people want to find their path to financial freedom this way. The problem with this is if they're looking for nice, safe, secure jobs, they're also looking for nice, safe, secure investments. And there aren't any. And that's why they get wiped out. They have this thing called the 401k and mutual funds, and it's a great idea. But investing is a game of winners and losers. And I'm concerned that within the next few years, there's going to be a lot of these guys who are going to get cleaned out. So the reason
saying safe investments aren't going to get you anywhere is such a crazy thing to say, because that's like the tried and true method of how every long-time rich person or family has ever been rich, is like letting investments compound over time. Think about Warren Buffett. I mean, that's where his money came from, compound interest.
Because I will show you the path to the ultra rich follow. This is the path that Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, who else? Anyway, Trump. What they do is they...
And then immediately contradicting himself by bringing up Warren Buffett after saying there are no safe long-term investments. It's like, you literally can't make this shit up. Ultimate irony of Robert Kiyosaki showing this cash flow quadrant thing at an Amway convention is that you don't have the benefit as an Amway distributor of being an employee where you would receive a paycheck, aka you would be paid for your work, and you don't have the benefit of being a business owner because you don't actually own it, and you don't have the benefit of being an investor because you're just a customer. You're just buying more stuff. It's complete nonsense. It's a complete upside down. It's a complete brainwash. Does it ever feel like it's become a full-time job just trying not to get scammed? Like, even if you don't get roped into an MLM and you do everything right, you can still have something happen, like what happened to me yesterday, where I tried to use my credit card and I found out that my credit card had been locked because my credit card information had been stolen and somebody had been racking up charges. So I had to go through the whole thing of canceling my credit card. Woo! Knowing everything I know about MLM and the brainwashing that they use to scam people, something like that happening just feels unfair. And I can't help but feel like it might not have happened if I had been using the sponsor of today's video, Aura. With Aura, you can search the entire internet to see if your information has been leaked onto one of these sketchy data broker websites, and you can use Aura to remove that data from those websites. Not even a year ago, there was a national data breach that compromised 2.9 billion records with people's personal information like names, dates of birth, addresses, social security numbers, etc. I don't want that information out there. Unfortunately, in my situation, I was too late to do anything about it, so I'm telling you about this now so that hopefully it doesn't happen to you in the future. Aura also has a built-in VPN that blocks phishing sites and encrypts your internet connection to keep you safe online. I'm not much of a protector of people from scams if I'm not even able to protect myself, but thanks to Aura, I get this all-in-one app at one affordable price. Aura is giving my subscribers a 2-week free trial at aura.com/alwaysmarco. Go to the link in my description to try Aura for free today. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Here's another video. This is from one of the most famous villains of the Always Marco channel, Eric Worre. I've done several streams that talk about Eric Worre, and I think he's the Lex Luthor of this anti-MLM world, in my opinion. Let's check out this video that he posted with Robert.
Talk to people about why network marketing is such a good entrepreneurial decision in the crazy landscape that we deal with in today's economy.
Well, as we know, there's fewer and fewer jobs. You know, American corporations say they're hiring, but they're not hiring in America, they're hiring overseas. But more than that is that the reason I endorse network marketing is most people are addicted to the paycheck. And the paycheck is one of the most sinister plots ever pulled upon a human being.
Addicted to consistently being paid the amount that you expect to get paid and having benefits and dental care or whatever. One of the most sinister plots ever played upon the human populace was the paycheck. The irony of saying this while promoting what they're calling network marketing, which is really a euphemism for these pyramid selling scams, is such a pure example of doublespeak. If you want to get away with an atrocity, call the atrocity the opposite of what it is. He's calling the paycheck the most sinister plot in human history, when in reality, the thing they're promoting is actually the most sinister plot. To scam people out of not only their finances, but their personal relationships, to hijack their mind into believing this cultic belief system where you just need to believe and follow the system and recruit 5 people who recruit 5 people and we'll all be rich. It's such a beautiful example of the evil of MLM and how innocuously they can, and casually they can brag about it and say it. The paycheck is the most evil thing. Okay. Hey, Robert Kiyosaki, you realize that every big MLM, including Amway, has like employees, right? Even in the companies that you advocate for as being great network marketing opportunities, even those companies wouldn't be able to operate without their corporate salaried staff working their horrible jobs, getting a paycheck, this evil, nefarious thing, a paycheck. And ironically, they're the only ones actually making money.
If you need a paycheck, you've sold your soul.
Oh, you sold your soul if you need a paycheck. I thought I was just clocking in for 8 hours, and that's why I was getting the paycheck. I thought I was trading my time and labor for the paycheck. Turns out I was selling my soul the whole time. Who would have thunk it? Silly old me. I thought that if I paid to join a multi-level marketing company where I'm working damn near 24/7 and not making any money after expenses, as a matter of fact, I'm losing money. On top of that, I'm cutting off everyone else in my life who doesn't believe in the same vision that I do because they won't join the company. And I'm constantly flooding my mind with books and audios about Amway or whatever the MLM company is to try to get the right mindset to the point where I literally don't even think about anything else. I'm just a mindless drone zombie. I thought that is what would sell my soul. I thought that would be losing my soul. But here, I was wrong. Getting a paycheck, this mutually agreed upon contract where I work for this amount of hours and there's informed consent, and then I get paid, that was selling my soul. That was the scam. Makes sense. Robert Kiyosaki has a book called The Business of the 21st Century, and it is literally about why multi-level marketing or network marketing is a good business. Since I refused to actually buy the book and support Robert Kiyosaki, I asked ChatGPT to summarize, and here's what it said. In The Business of the 21st Century, Robert argues that network marketing or multi-level marketing is a powerful business model for achieving financial independence. The book posits that the traditional job system and formal education don't necessarily lead to financial security. Instead, Kiyosaki advocates for building passive income streams through business ownership, which he sees as a path to financial freedom. We all know the FTC acknowledges more than 99% of people who get involved with MLMs will lose money. So to say that this is a powerful business model in 2010 is a crazy thing to say, because even in 2010, direct selling was already dead. People were already using Amazon in 2010. People were already online shopping. People were already going to brick and mortar stores like Walmart and Target and Costco to buy the things they wanted to buy. You have to either be mentally insane to believe that direct selling things door to door or person to person is going to make you rich, or you're a scammer. I'll give you a third option. Or you've been brainwashed into believing that this could actually be the case, as millions of people every single year are, unfortunately. The book is divided into sections that highlight the value of entrepreneurship, where he emphasizes why entrepreneurship is essential in today's economy, where he argues job security is increasingly scarce, aka fear-mongering. You're gonna lose your job, the economy, COVID. I mean, they've done this in every financial crisis, small or large. 2, the role of network marketing. He frames MLM as an accessible way for average people to start a business with lower risk and capital than a traditional business. Well, this is something they all talk about. Oh, you know, if I wanted to go start a McDonald's franchise, it's going to cost me more than $1 million. But if I want to join this network marketing company, it's only $500. It's amazing. You can start your own business. 1, you don't own it. 2, the $500 you're spending makes you a customer. It doesn't make you a business owner. And accessible way for average people to start a business. You're not getting that money back. If you know that you have a guarantee of losing your money, then the only risk is that you're actually going to make some money. And of course, this is very low risk. So you know you're going to lose money. I don't know if that made sense. 3, building wealth through passive income. MLMs are presented in the book as a means to earn passive income by building a team or network of salespeople. This is just objectively untrue, because if you've ever attended a meeting or a pitch for an MLM company, you see that these people who claim to have passive income and time freedom work harder and longer hours than most people who work those horrible jobs. Oh yeah, I can work on my laptop from the beach. I can do a meeting from the beach. If I'm on the beach, the last thing I want to do is a Zoom meeting. They say it's time freedom, and then you realize actually there's no freedom at all. You're constantly inundated with this stuff. And even if you're at the highest levels of whatever MLM company, these people are doing Zoom calls almost every day, speaking at events almost every day, doing these little like group meetups and stuff to try to reinvigorate people and, you know, give them the rah-rah speech and rile them up and keep the morale high. Do you hate your 9 to 5? Come to this MLM company where you can work literally 24/7 and not get paid. And 4th is personal development. He stresses the importance of mindset and personal growth. Mindset. As MLM offers training in skills like sales, leadership, and resilience, I would actually argue that MLM companies, at least all of the ones that I've looked into in 5 years, don't offer training in sales. They call it sales. What it really is lying and manipulation and trying to gloat to people about how much your mentor makes. Yeah, trust me, bro. My mentor is only 29 and he's making $3 million and he retired. And that's not sales. That's just, you're just bullshit. And even if you aren't lying about the success that that guy has, that your mentor has, you are lying about the potential that this person you're relaying that story to can get it. While the book is popular among MLM advocates, critics argue it downplays the high turnover and low success rates within the industry. Again, even calling it an industry, even calling it MLM, multi-level marketing, is to promote the big lie, because you are using its made-up propaganda doublespeak name. MLM, multi-level marketing, makes you think that it's a form of marketing with multiple levels. That's not what it is at all. These are cult, mind control movements and pyramid schemes. We know it's a pyramid scheme on its face. It's not marketing. It's not business. It's not networking. It's not team building. It's not entrepreneurship. It's not sales. It's a scam. I wanted to be fair to Robert Kiyosaki. So I just asked ChatGPT, Robert Kiyosaki scams. And I thought, you know what? If there are no Robert Kiyosaki scams, ChatGPT will come up blank and say, sorry, I couldn't find anything for that. But searching Robert Kiyosaki scams gave me quite a bit. So here's what it said. Robert Kiyosaki, best known for his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, has been a polarizing figure in personal finance and real estate education. Over the years, there have been controversies and allegations surrounding his seminars, products, and partnerships, many of which are seen by critics as questionable at best and outright scams at worst. One is high-pressure upselling at seminars. Kiyosaki's company has run workshops and seminars through partnerships with companies that sell expensive coaching packages. Attendees are often enticed with free events, which then funnel them into high-pressure sales pitches for premium coaching programs, often costing thousands of dollars. Many attendees have reported that they felt manipulated, with limited actual education being offered. A lot of these famous finance guys do this type of stuff. As a matter of fact, I have a video on my channel that came out a couple months ago talking about a very similar thing that I experienced personally with Kevin O'Leary. 2. Questionable real estate advice. Rich Dad Poor Dad and Kiyosaki's related materials often emphasize real estate investing as a primary path to wealth. However, his advice is sometimes criticized as overly simplified or risky, leading inexperienced investors to take on debt or make poor financial decisions without fully understanding the risks. 3. Association with MLMs. Kiyosaki has promoted network marketing, or MLMs, as a viable business model, or even advocates for MLM companies in some of his books and speeches. This has garnered criticism, as many MLMs are notorious for their pyramid-like structures where most participants lose money rather than earn it. 4. Bankruptcy of Rich Global LLC. 5. The quality of products and education. And 6. Criticism from financial experts. Financial experts often criticize Kiyosaki's advice for promoting risky or misleading investment strategies. Some argue that his get-rich advice encourages people to take dangerous financial steps that can end in debt rather than building a steady financial foundation. Overall, Kiyosaki's approach appeals to those seeking financial independence, but critics argue that his methods promote unsustainable or risky strategies. So that's the story of how Robert Kiyosaki owes his success to Amway. Who else do you know of that has ties to an MLM company that most people might not know? Let me know in the comments. And remember, please do not join an MLM.